Thank you so much. One of the most demanding aspects of my job is that sometimes I have to come on stage after amazing advocates and leaders like that. Thank you all so much for all of your work. If you had told me when I started at GLSEN that we would be honoring middle and elementary school GSAs here at the Respect Awards, well, I simply would not have believed you. It's an amazing, amazing evening. Thank you again. And despite the kind of incredible progress that that very GSA embodies, we do indeed gather tonight at a difficult and uncertain time. Last year, from this very stage, we launched our new strategic plan to reach 26,000 more schools and help 1 million more LGBTQ students by 2020. We already knew that this plan would require a new approach and much greater scale. We knew that many state legislatures were hostile to the students with whom we partner and whom we serve, and that our battles would increasingly be local, and that our response would have to be as well. But who among us truly anticipated what we face right now? Federal oversight and recent glorious investment in educational equity for LGBTQ and other at-risk students is under direct attack. The new administration has already yanked back the life-saving guidance on trans students' rights that we celebrated on this stage just 1 year ago, nearly today. Public discourse has shifted radically, blanketing the airwaves and social media with violent language and unleashing a wave of fear and hate incidents in our schools. I don't have to tell you that many have come to me over the past few months and asked simply, what is to be done? But here's the good news. While there is no denying that we have really, really urgent and very hard work to do, given where we have come from and where we are today, I have no doubt that we can keep moving forward. We can continue to reach new schools and touch new hearts and change and save lives every day. Just look at what we have built together thus far. I didn't even have to tell you about it yet. It's good stuff. Just this past December, we were able to confirm that we continue to increase the presence of those 4 vital, life-saving supports for LGBTQ youth in thousands more schools every year. Those 4 supports, the LGBTQ affirming and supportive policies that must be in place, our inclusion in positive ways in the curriculum, the presence of these GSAs, and the presence of supportive adults ready and willing to be that person in a student's life they need so dearly. We have spent 27 years building our alliances and GLSEN's place in the education world. When we started this work, people continually denied that LGBTQ issues had anything to do with education. And generally, they didn't think that LGBTQ youth even existed before college, when people left their homes and chose to be gay. But in November, after these 27 years of work in the education world, when fear struck our schools, GLSEN was able to rally the education world within just 72 hours for a proactive campaign featuring all of the largest education associations representing principals and superintendents and school boards to defend all of the students currently under direct attack: Black and Latinx students, Muslim students, immigrant students, trans and LGBT students among them, now embraced as part of their school communities. And we have nurtured generations, as old as that may make me feel, of amazing student leaders, helping them form and sustain GSAs, and taking action in other ways to improve their school communities, engaging to improve their own and others' lives. Now, as you've probably heard, since last fall, our partners at the Southern Poverty Law Center have been tracking the recent wave of hate incidents in schools across the country, currently at 10,000 and counting. But as they do that painful work, they have also been watching for the signs of hope and inspiration in those schools that have been able to fight back and stem the tide. And you know the number one factor they have seen so far in those schools that have stood up to do something about this? It's the presence of a GSA. A group of students who come together and spring into action to fight for respect for all when the going gets tough. Research shows that between 2005 and 2015, GLSEN's advocacy and programs and partnerships and sheer determination reduced anti-LGBT bullying by 13% nationwide. That means 7 million fewer children, fewer students across this country being bullied for being LGBT or witnessing such bullying in their schools today because of what we've accomplished with all of you. We cannot go back. Our plans continue, and with your help, we will expand our chapter network and train those tens of thousands of new volunteers. We will expand our student leadership programs, recruit more parents to lead the way, and increase our work with educators. And we will make sure that the GSAs and student leaders who ensure quality of life for their communities will be there in tens of thousands of more schools. We have the network, we have the track record, we have the experience, and we have your support. We can get this done and hold the line for our shared values, values that are shared by members of school communities everywhere. With support over the past 27 years, GLSEN plus you has equaled change in the lives of millions of LGBTQ youth. And with the support of everyone in this room and so many more like you, we are not stopping now.